Yes, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone is doing well. The Premier League is back again after a fantastic week in the Champions League, unless you are a Chelsea fan. We've got Terry on again today to discuss lots of things. Arnie Slot's come out and spoken about Salah, saying he wants him back into the 11, back in within the squad. Arsenal's game against Wolves. Will Chelsea beat Everton? And some big games on Sunday, including the Newcastle-Sunderland derby. But Terry, how's things, mate?
Yeah, mate, I've had a really bad cold all week. It's starting to clear up today. That's 4 nights of this special remedy, Night Nurse. It's
it does wonders, that stuff.
Oh, it's beautiful. It helps you sleep well. It's amazing. So yeah, I've had a bit of a cold, but it's been an amazing week of football. Man United won, scored 4 goals. Hallelujah.
You telling me they were going to lose?
I thought we were, though, me old knick-knack paddywhack. I did. I thought we were going to lose. We didn't. We have Bournemouth next, which I'm sure we'll chat on. But yeah, it's been a really good week, an interesting week with the Mo Salah situation. So yeah, crazy stuff going on, crazy stuff. But very, very excited about this weekend.
Yeah, there's lots to get into. I actually want to start with Liverpool and Arne Slot. Obviously, they had a good win. Controversy, whether it was a penalty or not, away in Italy at the San Siro against Inter. And today, Romano's released a couple of quotes I wanted to just get your thoughts on. So this was a couple of hours ago. Arne Slot, I have no reason for not wanting Mo Salah to stay at the club. And the other one was more recently, which come out from Romano again. And Arne Slot said he's going to have a conversation with Salah to discuss the outcome of that conversation determines it. Now, the report from Romano when Salah did that interview that Brighton was going to be his last game before AFCON. That's this weekend, which pretty much every game at the moment is must win for Liverpool. Does this him coming out saying that does that change your opinion on anything that Salah's done?
No, I stand on the same footing that I have. Well, I've changed my mind at the course of the week in little areas because that's part of having conversations. I think anyone who's just said something on day one and can't be swayed in either direction with new information is an idiot. And I love what Steven Gerrard said. Gerrard, for me, has been given the best analysis on this all week, and it's very much of a balance. Liverpool still need to try and get Mo Salah back to his best. I think Mo Salah has still got something big to offer Liverpool and Premier League football. So Slot's doing the right thing here. There's an olive branch. I want him to stay. I want him to be part of the team and squad. I'm going to initiate a conversation. It fervently backs up what Liverpool told Ben Jacobs and what Liverpool told David Ornstein. They do not want to let him move on. Now, I get there are people that are fully behind Mo Salah 100%, and they feel the club are just saying this and they're posturing, but they don't really mean it. They're trying to make Mo look like the bad guy. I don't think that's true. I think what's happened here is Mo, like a lot of players of his status, has a big ego. But I think you need that big ego to handle the pressure that comes alongside being a player with the talent and the legacy that he's built. I think they're part and parcel. I think what this now gives Salah a chance to do is reconcile. He's going to need to apologize to a certain extent internally. He's going to have to retract some of the things that he said, at least internally, and then it'll show that publicly with his behavior. Liverpool now have firmly put the ball in his court and said, look, we're willing to reconcile. We're willing to let bygones be bygones, but we need to know that you understand that there are times where you might be dropped. There might be times when you're on the bench. There might be times where you don't come on, especially as you're getting older, and we are going to eventually look to replace you. Like, that's going to happen. I think this is where I think people will understand whether this is Mo Salah trying to orchestrate a move and or gain power, or whether the club are really trying to hurt him. Because if Mo says, okay, I apologize, I'm up for this, and then he goes AFCON, comes back, and 5, 6, 7 games go by and he barely gets on the pitch. If he starts going through what Mainoo's going through, different level of status, of course, then you know that Liverpool were trying to maybe hurt him. He called their bluff and they've had to double back. If, for instance, now Liverpool are like, no, we want you to stay. And he's like, no, I want out. I want to go. Over the sake of being dropped for 3 games, it doesn't feel like you're being thrown under the bus. It feels like you want to leave. So I think what's best for all parties here, if what Mo Salah said is right. He loves the club and still wants to be there. There's a chance now to reconcile, get back into the squad, and help Liverpool improve and help Liverpool get back to the top. It can all be resolved and can become a footnote in his career. But let's see whether Liverpool stick to their word, and let's see whether Mo Salah wants to stay. It's going to be an interesting one.
Do you think if he doesn't, and let's say he does move and doesn't play that Brighton game, do you think Liverpool fans will change their opinion on Salah slightly?
I think in the short term, some will, because football fans are emotional. Liverpool fans are emotional. I don't think... It's a hard one, right? Let me be very honest in this. I can't tell Liverpool fans how to feel about one of their own players. What I can tell you is United have had legends who have done bad things. So one of their greatest legends, this was before I was born. His name is sung at every single home and away game, every single week. He's passed away now. We love this man with every fibre of our being, and that is George Best. George Best went for a period where he weren't turning up to training and games because he was drunk in hotel rooms with glamour models and just didn't turn up for work for weeks on end, right? And I might be slightly getting that wrong because I read the book about it 15 years ago, so I'd have to remind myself. But eventually his AWOL behaviour led to him leaving the club. And we were struggling at the time and really needed Bestie. But he just wanted to be with these women, drinking, living his life. Fair play to your brother. We still sing his name. The way... Cristiano Ronaldo said some things when he left the first time round, but we still love him. We all love Rooney. We all love Roy Keane. We all love Ruud van Nistelrooy. We all love Jaap Stam. We all love Beckham. And they all left under a type of cloud, whether they did something bad to the club, whether they did something bad with the manager, whether they disrespected fans. There's an overlap in these stories, and we love them all still. So what I will say is this. Liverpool fans are entitled to feel how they want. But when the dust settles, all the good memories are going to come flooding back. They will forget about this at a certain point. It's hurting more now because Liverpool are struggling, but I think the vast majority of Liverpool fans will just they won't even feel like there's something to forgive. It'll become a footnote in his leg. It won't. I've seen a few Liverpool legends say this has damaged his legacy. I personally disagree.
If he plays against Brighton, right, goes and scores a couple of goals, runs over to the cop, kisses the Liverpool badge. And I think a lot of this will just be, water under the bridge. But
I
think it's a little bit been dramatized by a lot of the big accounts in terms of
Jamie Carragher. Jamie Carragher has made this 10 times worse. He should have done what Gerrard did, which was these things are bad. These things I understand. Van Dijk, manager, Salah, sit down, resolve for the betterment of the fans. Come on, guys, let's do it. That should be the message of a real club ambassador. Because actually, I know people do this whole, you just need people to be real, people have just got to be real. I'm losing track of what that even means. Because... No, and I mean this, Henry, because sometimes it's a case of, let's just say you're working for me. I know there's a lot of rumors that I own your channels or you own mine. It's not true. I wish it was. Henry makes dollar. The guy makes bag. The guy is coining it in. Wait is it? Genus. Coin. Do you know what I mean? In that video.
Yeah, he's in the beer garden.
I wish I was getting a percentage of Henry's money. He's loving life. You should see his new ass he showed me. Loving it, right? Anyway, right? Big up the gated community. What I'm saying, what I'm saying is what was I saying? I don't even know. Is that say you're working for me, right? And you and KJ have got a problem. Let's say it's spilled over and been a little bit public. I could think you're completely in the wrong. And I could be a real one and go, do you know what, Henry? Fuck you, and scorch earth. No, I could be a real one. I'm so real. But then I damage my business. I damage the harmony at the place that I work. And bottom line, that makes everybody unhappy and you're a bit of a dick. This isn't about everyone being real. This is about... And I thought one of the reasons that we spoke about football as fans is, you'll get the irony is the real is real fuckers are all the Standard FC mugs who are like, we've got to be real so we make the club the best it can possibly be. So you think your behavior makes the club better? Yes. Then how is scorching earth and further damaging an internal relationship good for your club, you fucking morons? What you should be doing is looking to bring everybody back together. And sometimes what that means is compromise. And what compromise sometimes means is you don't always have to say everything that's on your mind. As your grandmother told you, and as my grandmother told me, and most of yours did, sometimes in life, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say nothing at all. There are times when you don't need to speak. And I know we comment on a lot of things, we're YouTubers, but equally, sometimes make the situation better. It's the best thing you can do. You haven't always got to go out on a character assassination on everybody at every minute of every day, because actually what it does, and what a lot of people don't realize, is when everything you do is about character assassinations every day, that becomes your identity. People lose a lot less respect for you. They might tune in to watch you like, oh, today I'm going after this person. Today I'm going after that individual. You'll get a bunch of clowns and trolls that enjoy the carnage that watch you. But by and large, you just become a jester. You become a laughing stock. You become somebody. Sorry?
That sort of content, like as a lifespan, it's not sustainable.
No, it's not. It's not. And I feel sorry for anyone that goes down that road. And I don't like seeing Jamie Carragher do it, because for me, I just think so much of what he said was true as well. But that's really good. Now, where's the balance to bring it all together to try and resolve things for Liverpool? And then it was an AFCON this and flop this and threw Trent under the bus that. And I thought, whoa, far too far.
It's like the whole AFCON literally is irrelevant to his Liverpool career. You're bringing stuff that's talking about him as a player, but you're also talking about Liverpool. I want to move on and speak about the Arsenal game this weekend. 9 or 10 changes against Club Brugge. Go out there, get a decent performance. Martinelli, great goal. Madueke, 2 really, really good goal. That first goal from Madueke was absolutely ridiculous. What did you make of that win against Club Brugge? And surely they get 3 points against Wolves.
They should. I would rest as many players this weekend as he did.
Would you still rest Declan Rice? Would you still rest Timber?
I would. I'd have Rice. I'd have the first team players on the bench. Rice, if Timber's actually got a knock, then I'd leave him out. I'd have the Rice and the Sakas on the bench, because I do think they need minutes, because I don't think you can't have Rice go into a harder game against Everton a week later, having not played football for 2 weeks. 2 weeks of no football, I don't think is good for you. So you might want to have Rice on the bench, Saka on the bench, Calafiori on the bench, and you might want to bring them on with 15, 20 minutes to go, just to get a little bit of blood in their legs, as it were. But I would keep the team rotated. They've got no problems. Man United, I know we had a bit of a sketchy period end of the first half, but we destroyed Wolves, and we probably should have scored 3 or 4 more. This is going to be a beatdown of all beatdowns. This is going to be a 5-6, 7-0 game this weekend. They're going to beat them 5-6, 7-0.
7-0.
Oh, they're going to smash them. They're going to absolutely annihilate them. More so if they rotate, because the players that they're bringing from rotating, I think, will work even harder, because they want a place in the first team. So I would, maybe not as many, maybe only 8 or 9. Maybe, great chance for Gyökeres to get some goals. But this is the easiest game of the season for Arsenal. Sorry?
Because a lot of people are suggesting Gabriel Jesus may come in.
I would start Gyökeres. I'd start Gyökeres. You could start Gabriel Jesus in a wide position. You could honestly do that. With Trossard having a knock, you could start Jesus on the left, Gyökeres through the middle, Noni on the right. And just that could be your starting front three. That's going to score. That'll score. And I've got this Wolves team are terrible. They are dog.
So this is what Arteta said on Gyökeres coming out from Romano. It took him a while at the beginning, because it's a different league, different demands, and he had no precision. And now he's just starting to get again some momentum. I somewhat think if you're Gyökeres and Gabriel Jesus comes back from injury and starts immediately, and you're supposed to be the main number 9, you've seen Marino start up front, surely that would just hurt your confidence a bit. I mean, if you're seeing a player come back who's had a year out from an ACL, or nearly a year out from an ACL injury, and he comes immediately in, and let's say he does score 1 or 2 goals against Wolves, the pressure then on you is massive, no?
Yeah, there is. But I think it's an internal pressure that you want. It's internal competition that you want. You see Martinelli this season at Arsenal go up a level with Noni Madueke coming in, with Trossard playing so well. He hasn't shied away from the challenge. I think what may have helped Gyökeres' integration is if Gabriel Jesus and Kai Havertz had been fit all season. Would he have started so many games when he wasn't quite up to speed with the Premier League, with Arsenal's way of playing? Because it is different from Sporting Lisbon's. No. Therefore, there may not have been as much pressure on him. He maybe got overused too early instead of being integrated slowly. And although we do this to every new signing, they've all got to come in and hit the ground running. In an ideal world, yes. Voldemar has come in and hit the ground running. And Mbumo has come in and hit the ground running. But there are strikers that haven't. Isak hasn't hit the ground running at Liverpool. He's still being given time. Far less criticism than what Gyökeres is getting. You look at different positions here, but if you look at, for instance, Nico Gonzalez at City, first 6 months he was awful to a point where he's been linked with the move away. Slowly now starting to become the player that people expected. Rodri spent the first year in and out the first team at Manchester City before flourishing. Doku's having one of his best seasons again. Took him a couple of years to settle. I remember Fabinho at Liverpool coming in and being on the bench for the first 6 months or so of the season before he was regularly playing. He had to start here or start there. Then you get Van Dijk's and you get Mo Salahs who come straight in, bang, and hit the ground running. There is no one size fits all. The reason we push this narrative as football fans is because social media and the mainstream media now, everything's, you can be a flop after your first game. There's a 007 narrative. You can be a flop after year one. Players were always given 18 months to 2 years. And different players settle in at different times. I still think there's a very good player in there. I still think there's a very prolific goal scorer in there. I actually think the Jesus coming back and Kai Havertz coming back is good for him because it can take the pressure away from him rather than him be the only number 9. It hasn't been the greatest of starts, but equally, it's not been terrible either. I don't think it's been a terrible start from Gyökeres. I think that's an exaggeration.
A bit much, isn't it? I mean, they lose to Villa. The entire Arsenal fan base in meltdown. They make 8 or 9 changes, go and score 3 really good goals against Club Brugge. And I just brought their fixtures up. I don't know if you saw it a minute ago. I don't want to come out and say that I think Arsenal will win the next 8 games, but I don't see them losing any games. They may draw 1, but for instance, Wolves at home, like you said, that they'll go out there and they should batter them, right? They've got a tough trip away to Everton, but we went there, we scored 3 goals. Newcastle went there, they scored 4 goals. You can get Everton. They are in good form at the moment. Then they've got Palace in the League Cup, who they've already beaten at home. Brighton, they are a bit of a bogey team for Arsenal, but with that momentum of the previous 3 results, you'd imagine to go and beat them. The Villa game is the only one in there. I think there's more chance Villa gets something than Liverpool gets something against Arsenal, just because Unai's record against Arteta is very, very good. But let's say they go out and win the bulk of these games. Man City don't have a massively easy run. They've got Chelsea to play. They've got Palace away on Sunday. And this whole narrative that, Arsenal are going to throw away the league because Man City have been there, seen it and done it. And yes, Man City were very good against Real Madrid. But this isn't the City. This isn't the 100-point City. This isn't a 99-point City. This isn't a treble-winning City. Yes, they've still got good players, but I don't know what you think, but I don't kind of subscribe to the whole Arsenal will throw it away this season. I think it goes down to the very, very last 2 or 3 matches.
Yeah, I don't buy into this notion that they're gonna throw it away. I don't buy into this notion that it's that they're in trouble or that there's major problems. Oh my God, there's proof it's all collapsing. I think that's all just an exaggeration, if I'm being honest with you. Maybe it will happen. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I've heard the Scholesy thing. I haven't won any big games this year. It's not true. Based on what Scholesy said, what people are now doing is going, oh, United away isn't a big game. Spurs at home isn't a big game. Newcastle away isn't a big game. They've actually, if you look at if you look at Villa as a big game, if you look at teams of Villa's level that are in and around them so far this season, Arsenal played 2 more big games than City based on that logic. So if you look at title contenders, Big 6 or geographical rivals, and or those really hard away games, Palace aways, Villa away, Bournemouth away, Newcastle away, Sunderland's away, etc. It's really hard teams to beat away this season. Arsenal played 8 so far, and City have played 6. Arsenal have 11 points from those games. City is sitting on 7. So Arsenal have got more points. 12 points Arsenal have got in that period. If you remove the Sunderland game, they're on 11 points. If you don't count Sunderland as a big game this year, it's fine. That means they're on 11 points from 7, which means even if City win this weekend against Palace, there'll be 7 both played. Arsenal got 1 more point in the big games than them this year. And that's based on the big games that Scholesy pushed, which all the rivals agreed with. And I just feel like it's really bad analysis. It's absolutely fine to say you don't think Arsenal are going to win the league because you think City are better. But it's the clutching at straws, trying to find weird reasons to slam Arsenal and not just say, I think City are better. Like City being better. No one wants to say City are better than Arsenal. They just want to find a way to say Arsenal will throw it away. Yeah. But they don't want to say, see, for me, to say Arsenal are going to throw it away, you also have to believe they're better than City. Because bottling it and throwing it away means you're better than City, but you crumble under the pressure and allow them to beat you. But nobody wants to say Arsenal are better than City. They want to say City are better than Arsenal, but then equally keep that and Arsenal will crumble. Which is it? Because no one sees an underdog crumbling as bottling. It's what's meant to happen. So I just want people to be honest in their breakdown of it, really.
Do you think there is a chance that City slip up against Palace? I know they played last night, but Shelbourne, I do. Exactly I do. I think it's going to be a draw. I think Palace will get a point off of them. And their game will be on the Sunday, won't it? So they already would have known the Arsenal result.
Yeah, so Arsenal will go back to 5 points clear at the end of business tomorrow because they're going to beat Wolves. We just know they are. I think it's as close to a foregone conclusion as you can get. And I think Palace will take points off City. That being said, I see City winning their next. I think City will win the next 4 games after that. I think they beat Brentford. I think they beat West Ham. They beat Nottingham Forest away, and I think they beat Sunderland away. So it's out of there. Then they play Chelsea. I'm not sure on that one yet. I need to see what form Chelsea are in when we get there. I think they win 4 of their next 5 games, City. So this is the 1 week where Arsenal Arsenal will probably get an advantage back to around 4 points. But then I actually see Arsenal winning the next 5 games. I think it's going to be really close between the two of them. Really close.
Well, I think City will slip up against Sunderland.
Oh,
I think let's go off your draw against Palace, they will beat Brentford and West Ham because Brentford and West Ham's away records are terrible. Forest, potentially a banana skin there, maybe potentially a little slip up. But Sunderland, New Year's Day, 8 o'clock, Stadium of Light. I have a feeling they slip up, and then they do play Chelsea. So it's going to be a very, very interesting, couple of fixtures. One last question before we wrap up, because I know time is of the essence. The League Cup is only around the corner. If you had to choose a team that you think will win, who are you going to go with? So Arsenal have got Palace, as in this is to win the competition. I'm putting you on the spot here. So these are the quarterfinals. So Cardiff, Chelsea, City, Brentford, Arsenal, Palace, and Newcastle, Fulham. Now, Eddie Howe's record in this competition is very, very, very good. But you can't have Arsenal facing Newcastle in the final. So one of those will go through. I actually think it'll be an Arsenal. Sorry.
So are the semi-finals already set?
No, they're not actually. No, sorry. So you could have a Newcastle Arsenal final. I think it would be a City Arsenal final. And I think Pep's won this competition 4 times.
It's really hard. I've got a feeling that Palace might knock Arsenal out because I think Arsenal will rotate for that game, and I think Palace will go full strength. And I think that is it the Emirates?
Yeah,
maybe. It's a really hard one to know because you don't know what teams people. I always find the League Cup hard because you don't know what team. Right now, my gut says it's going to be a City Newcastle final.
Wow. What you think Eddie Howe can retain it?
No, I think City will win it.
And then that will buy into the whole Arteta 6 years, no trophy. Because he'd been in the job 6 years by then, wouldn't he?
Part of me would, again, my team ain't in it. Like, out of all the teams left in it, I want Cardiff to win it, followed by Brentford because they've never won a trophy, followed by Fulham, followed by Palace. Of course, I prefer those teams to win it. But from someone who makes content, Arsenal winning it would just be nice because it means when we have Arsenal conversations, we can move on from the kind of you remember playing like rock paper scissors when you were a kid, And you'd always have that one dickhead in the class and you go, rock, paper, scissors. And so you do paper or rock or scissors. And they'd go, oh, black magic. And they'd do something stupid like that, right? And they're like, I win because I did something that's not in the rules. I feel people do that with Arsenal's no trophies. You're discussing how good they look this season. And someone will just go, yeah, but no trophies in like 1,000 days or 2,000 days. And I just sit there and think, it's just irrelevant to the conversation we're having about how well they played in this. I'd like it gone. Does that make sense? So that it can't, just from a debate perspective. But now I'd like Cardiff or Brentford or Fulham to win it, but I can't see it. I right now, if I'm putting any money on it, I'm going to go with City. Unfortunately, I don't want it to be City, but I think it'll be City.
City to win. That'd be the fifth time for Pep. But look, we are going to wrap up. What sort of content you got coming out over the weekend?
Straight facts later today on, it might have already been out by the time this comes out, on the football terrace, and then a bit of a rest in the evening. I'm on the United stand tonight as well at 8:00, and then it's just match reactions all weekend, baby. Match reactions galore. A very busy Saturday, so we'll be live for that. Hopefully the cold has cleared up a little bit more by then, but yeah, looking forward to it, mate.
Yeah, I can't wait for the Newcastle Sunderland game. I'm looking forward to that game more than any other one this weekend.
Oh, it's going to be great because I'm not covering that game either. Although I'm live. The worst bit is I wish that was a 4:30 game because I don't cover it and I could just watch it and enjoy it. But yeah, that'd be a great game. That'd be a great one.
But look, we are going to wrap up. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Both channels are getting close to 100K now. But get over to Terry's channels and obviously show him some love. We'll see you all soon. Thank you all for watching. We are out of it.